Hello, riverboating tubers. Welcome back to Let's Play FF1 for the Game Boy Advance with the ROM hack known as Mod of Balance. And of course, me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we defeated the Lich, the Orb of Earth, or the Earth Crystal, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we're off to go get a cool canoe. This is episode 4, and yeah, just having a good time. Kind of just chilling, listening to music, and using fast forward when I feel like it. So hopefully you guys can sit back and enjoy. I have added the Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster soundtrack to the playlist. So there is now even more music than last time. So that's probably good, right? Alright, now we should be maybe a little bit careful over here on the new continent. You know, there might be some dangers over here. I don't know. We're only level 15. Maybe a little on the low level side. Remember that in the NES, you know, the level cap is 50, and in the GBA version, the level cap is 99. So you sort of gain experience about twice as quickly, and you get double the level approximately in this version. Or at least the non-ROM hack version of this version. So level 15 would be maybe even a little bit low to kill the Lich anyway. Not impossible, but a little bit on the low end. And that would be in the NES version. So in the Dawn of Souls version, oh boy, we're just racing through this game at light speed or something. So let's see what we got at the shop here. Let's see. We might want to buy some more remedies. Yeah, that might be good. Ethers are good. High potions for sale. Those are not bad. As always, I'm not sure if we have enough money, but we'll try to spend it well. Here we go. This is where we start being able to buy equipment that gives you stat bonuses, like a wizard's hat. I forget exactly how much, but I think it gives you like plus 4 or 5 intelligence, something like that. Icy shield, fiery shields, cloaks of protection, wizards who kick butt, sage's surplus. So I wouldn't mind buying a sage's surplus and a wizard's hat for our black mage or whatever. A Ken Pogi for our black belt kind of guy. That'd be nice. There's at least one armor that our rogue can wear, so that's good for him. Assumedly, we'll find a fair amount of this stuff in dungeons, so there's also the option to just hold off and hope we find what we want. As far as swords go, we've got a flame staff. I think you can cast fire for free with this, or something like that. We got some swords. I don't know how good it is. Some claws from cats, a rapier for dueling, claymore of evil, icy sword, fiery sword. I'm impressed the enchanter can use so much of this stuff. Like those are good swords. Usually fighter or ninja only. So that's cool. And the magic, we're not really able to learn any of this stuff right now, but eventually, you know. Zeal on a white mage is kind of cool. This is attack up for the party, and you know. Good stuff. And on the black mage side, single target DPS, AoE, garbage, lightning AoE. You know how it is. I mean, I always make fun of insta-death status spells. You know, they do have a use, but typically they don't work when you need them to work. So you know, crash. All right. So I was talking about last episode how obviously we have a choice now. We can go. Hey, wait a second. Does our rogue not wear any pants? I should show off the map sprites for some of the other characters here. Let's let Matthew take the lead for a little while. There we go. We'll run around with Matthew. We have a choice now. We can do a little bit of sequence breaking, sort of, by going Ice Cave first and then getting into the sky and exploring the entire world before we go to the volcano. But I sort of decided that I wanted to do volcano first and play through the game basically in the intended order. And yeah, that's sort of what I decided I wanted to do. So I'm going to buy one wizard's hat and one surplus. And I'm going to see how good they are and then maybe buy something for David. So actually, yeah, I want to see, because healing magic also scales on intelligence in this game. So intelligence here is, or intellect is 29. Surplus gets us +5 to 34. And the Wizard's Hat gets us another +5. So that's +10 intelligence. That's going to make a pretty big difference in terms of magic damage. I think it's time to get rid of this Rune Blade. I've been holding on to it. You know, if you want to switch around weapons and stuff, it's probably fine. But my White Mage is the other one that can use them. And she's, you know, my Enchanter, it's not going to do enough damage to really make that much difference, I don't think. Alright, so we still have some money, which is more than no money. We could also get like a shield, or a technically shield. Honestly, for the price, I think these are worth it. These are... We'll probably find some in the next dungeon, but we had exactly enough money, and that gets some defense and some intelligence, which is pretty nice for my stats. I guess I'll go with the magic robe. I don't know what it does. It might be a little bit of magic defense hidden in the background or something. A little bit of evasion for a little bit of magic defense, no biggie. Okay, so that's it. That's all my money. We're broke again. But that does mean our Enchanter will be a lot better at healing. You know, we went from 19 to 29 intellect, right? That's a pretty big jump. And technically, Arrow will do more damage. Healer will heal more damage. You know, Enchanters are kind of an interesting cross of classes, so that should be good. But I am expecting Blizzara, stuff like Blizzara, should be much more useful in the next dungeon. So getting that boosted Black Mage, I think is probably the most important. It would be really nice to have some ethers, so maybe we should do a little baby grind. Maybe. Yeah, the damage on the spells is starting to get better. How much have we got? 1,000 gold. It's like 1,000 per ether. Nah, let's just do at least the first treasure floor of the volcano. And if we need to buy more supplies after that, we'll do that before we go back to the to deal with Carrie. Or the Marilith, as she is known. Up to 352 damage there. That's pretty good. If someone has the Coral Blade equipped, which they do, this is one of the few times we'll actually get some value out of it. For interest, let me just see if Arrow does enough damage to be useful. Maybe. Maybe we won't get a chance. Or maybe we will. A little over 100 damage? That's not too bad. I am a fan of magic damage boosting equipment, so. We may have spent 30,000 gold, but probably worth it. We're starting to get some level ups. That gives us... Wow, +1 intellect. That's fine. Let's just save. I'm not going to do the whole volcano in one run. I don't think we're high enough level to just clear the whole thing. But we do have warp, which is something that normally you would have to sequence break to get, right? You have to go to Castle Deals and get promoted to get that early. So we do have a bit of an advantage just getting in and out quicker. You know, the mages are probably gonna kick butt down here. Oh, we really should be careful with Matthew there. Let's see how much Healer can do. And just start with the normal Blizzard, see how that works. So level 2 heal is about 90 at the moment, which is pretty good. Not amazing, but 180. Nice damage. Almost nice damage. Oh, he's got Firaga? Ew. Okay, we killed one. Those... I suppose I kind of forgot. Remember, the Earth Elementals were buffed up a lot. They were much more dangerous than they used to be. That's 20 HP to everybody. For 7 HP. I actually think you might get more efficient healing with Healer if people actually need it. If you're going to cast Heal twice, you should probably do Healer instead. Or just buy a bunch of potions, you know. There's always that option. Okay. So, Don't forget, fire elementals more dangerous than they used to be. The pain spell might not do enough damage. Oh, and silence doesn't break. Hey, power up. Those are pretty good. I think I'm just gonna feed them to Luke mostly. So 3 times 26 damage. Three times 27 damage. I'm not 100% sure how the formula works on Masters. Usually their punching damage was based on their level, not their strength, but it could be beneficial to work on that. I don't know. Mithril Helmet, not very important. That's a level 1 Blizzard that did 300 damage. Now, sure, the Fire Hydrant immediately killed Matthew at assumedly full HP. That's not good. That's not a good sign for my defenses, I gotta say. I thought I was doing okay on HP defense, but, oops, what am I trying to do? Equipment. He's only 9 defense less than Luke with the agility difference, but I think maybe that agility difference makes more of an impact than I was thinking. Matthew certainly has more HP, but you know, if he's going to take 3 times as much damage, it doesn't really matter. It really sucks that, like, every time these guys cast a spell, like Silence, I basically have to use a remedy. Like, that's 600 gold, or... And I can't even use it. Like, sometimes you can use it, sometimes you can't. Like, it's really... Something really annoying about AoE permanent statuses that you can't even really cleanse properly. I was considering testing some science here. So 3 attacks at 29 damage. This might be a waste, but... Oh no, so strength definitely impacts Matthew's damage value. Okay, I wasn't 100% sure, because, you know, different games change the rules on that kind of thing. Can we... For some reason, you can't use remedies in the menu all the time. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it seems to work in battle at least, but... A great sword. How great is it? Not great enough for us to use. Sad. Effective against giants, but no one can use it. I mean, the original game is very biased in favor of fighters, so almost all the equipment is fighter only. The way it always has been. Well... The non-stop insta-death. Trying to finish this floor. We're a little over halfway through, but I'm running out of MP, so I'm trying to sort of power through to the end here if I can. Except we just get trashed. Oh man. That was brutal. Maybe I should be running for more of these. Oh, jeez. Blizzard maybe is more expensive than it used to be. The never-ending silences. Okay, here's a theory. Does Remedy work if Luke is the one that's affected, but not if he's not? I think it's targeting Luke specifically. So if he has a status ailment, you can use it. If not, you can't. It's definitely the way it's starting to look. Sheesh. Ambush, and then immediately wiped. Like, insta-death. I mean, at least it's not an AoE damage, but that's just too much. I mean, I think we're actually dead. Well, that sucked. That's yeah. I mean, I've talked about this before. The balance in Mod of Balance is perhaps debatable from time to time. When there's enemies that can just... I mean, there's no resisting that at this level in the game, right? Like, this is just a you die kind of fight. Either you run away before they kill you, or they kill you, and... And then there's these, same basic idea, you know. I mean, the volcano's always been a big... There's a reason why we don't go here, like... It shouldn't surprise anyone that the volcano sucks. But, you know, like, the Mod of Balance could have changed things, you know? It doesn't have to be this bad. Not 100% sure if lava worms are weak to ice, but should be. And solidify some lava. That was a waste of a trap tile for sure. Oddly enough, I think in the NES version you can go under these treasures, but not in the remake. Why do you gotta use silence every fight? Like... The status is... I'm trying... Blue getting a little bit ranty low again here, but the status effects are unnecessarily spammed, right? Like... It's one thing to have some status attacks that are annoying to deal with. It's another thing to be like, every enemy can just silence, paralyze, turn you to stone, insta-death you, and you have to use consumables like, you know, limited resources to get over it. I think after this fight, I might just warp out and save in anticipation of some more nonsense killing us. Our ability to kill ogre mages is still much lower than anticipated. The fire elementals group. I guess you could put, like, Null Blaze on. Like, that's... You can do tricks like that. Yeah, I mean, that was probably a smart decision. Sometimes I think ahead a little bit. Alright. We warp out. This is what I get for coming here instead of going to the Ice Cave. In the Ice Cave, everything's weak to fire and Dia. It's a little bit easier to plan your route out. But, I mean, the Ice Cave is generally pretty tough, too, so... That wouldn't give us an easy dungeon, necessarily. Keep getting those levels. It's all good. I will finish exploring the same place where we died last time. Can't skip it, right? Yeah, if they double Firiga, we die. Triple Firiga. So I mean, it's great that I saved it, but that's a little bit much. Balance. Every time something like that happens, remind me that it's the Mod of Balance. I mean, fire elementals were always difficult opponents in the original game, but at least they couldn't Firiga you, right? They had to kill people one at a time. All this for some garbage item, right? I wonder if I really am, like, way under leveled. Like, I thought I might have been like a few levels behind the what do you call it, behind par, behind expected level. Like, we're getting smashed down here. Hey, that's probably half damage from fire. That's a lucky drop, so be happy about that. I guess this is the kind of thing that typically gets me all riled up. It's when you're doing these fights and it seems like there's nothing you can do to neutralize the danger, right? Like, nullfire is clearly the only counter to fire damage right now, and it's based on your initiative. So if you go after the enemy Firigas you and everyone dies before you even get a turn, I mean, it's not great. Like that. I mean, they didn't kill us, but I basically wasted my spell. Like, it doesn't really matter if you cast it after. Well, I mean, it did help the second one, so okay. The fire hydrant has more HP than I expected. Everything has more HP than I expected, except me. My HP is very low, but the enemies are all. It's the mod of balance. The enemies get stronger and you get weaker. It's fair. Hate this fight. We can't really run. They're very speedy, so it's very difficult to escape. But, like, if they just target the same person, they kill them. Like, there was absolutely no way to save Matthew. Even if I had Null Blaze, it wouldn't have helped because he got killed by Thunder. So that's just down one Phoenix down. I mean, it's not, one Phoenix down is however much money it is, but... There does seem to be a lot of battles down here. Okay, just hit for 188, right? Like, it doesn't really matter what I do. People are gonna die. And that tends to be when I stop liking games. It's, the balance isn't really there when your mages just get one shot. Instantly. Someone's gonna be like, Blue, you should have bought them, blah, blah, blah. But I actually did buy the mage's new armor. They're, David is, like, very high degree. Like, this is special armor we got from a drop. Brand new expensive armor. Like, this is about as good as we can do. So if you think I should have geared my guys better, I got news for you that Pixel was not going to take 300 damage reduced by 150 just because I bought him Protect Cloak or something. And that would take a lot of grinding. We can't just afford a Protect Cloak either. They're not cheap. Are they like 40,000 gold or something? Okay then. Well, Blue, if you're not gonna grind, then you shouldn't complain that the game is difficult. Sure, AoE silence is super fair. It's okay, you have an AoE remedy, so it doesn't matter, right? It's not the same. It is nice that we can cleanse AoE like that, but the enemy has the advantage by being able to interrupt our spells, and then we lose a turn clearing, right? Dang, those ogre mages! Every time I fight an ogre mage, I forget that, like, actually they're way more durable than they should be. They have any right to be. I probably would have done better on these if I'd played it more recently after the last. Like, I haven't played the mod of balance in a long time, so I've got more of the standard stats on the enemies in my head. This is not standard stats, and it's, yeah, really well balanced. I kind of remember that status afflictions are based on your intelligence in this mod, and I do kind of remember by the end of the game eventually giving in to using Stuff like paralyze all the time. Like, literally, even on bosses. So I have a feeling we're getting there already. I don't know if elementals are susceptible to it, but we'll find out. Or we'll just die again. We put the one to sleep that we didn't need to put to sleep. Classic. So on the plus side, we did learn that they can be put to sleep. On the downside, if we get hit by a Farragut, we're all dead. Game over. Alright. So we technically survived. We have no MP left, so this is where we emergency ether and emergency bail. Okay. This is a much more dangerous volcano than normal. If you're playing along, this is considerably upgraded compared to non-balanced. Now that it's more balanced, you can see how difficult it is. I would say even the NES didn't have enemies that were as deadly as this. The enemies in the volcano are tough. And they're a little bit skewed or biased by the fact that you often don't come here until you're way overpowered at higher levels. But yeah, the scale of, like, just how much more dangerous everything is has definitely gone up a fair bit. Oh, I don't know if I saved. Did I save before I went down here? I don't like... And to be fair, I could be saving mid-dungeon all the time. Yeah. Yeah. I just... Doesn't feel right, you know, guys? It just doesn't... The mod of balance is balanced around you save scumming every map. Every few seconds you're supposed to save scum. If that's actually how they balanced it, that's not great. So remember to save like 20 or 30 MP to get out of here. We'll go as far as we can until we run out of MP. Also, a red cap. That's pretty good. I don't think we can even buy those yet. See, we just gotta get lucky. Where is it? Oh, but the music is so good. I'm feeling better. Okay, I'm relaxed. Music saved me. Let me see if it changes our stats here. So, 21, 17... kind of the numbers that matter. Yep. +4 strength, +3 intellect, +2 stamina, I think. Okay, I could take a couple more red hats. In fact, I'm going to break my own rule because that was probably a rare drop, and I don't want to die and lose it, because... I don't want it. I don't know, maybe it's better just to go for the sleeps. We would have taken less damage if I'd null blazed first, but if we had sleeped them... See, that's status elements are stupid. Why does anyone like status elements? Stupid game. Actually, I have my last Phoenix down. Dang. And, like, Matthew has a lot of HP. It just doesn't matter. They are, I think, monks or master monks or whatever are supposed to be kind of susceptible to magic. I'm not sure that's a great trade-off. You know, they're reasonably strong, but they're not that strong. And to be just one-shot by any magic might be a little bit too much of a penalty. Oh yeah, I was looking for one of those. We could have bought one of those a while ago. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference, though. This is a lot of damage, but it won't make a huge difference. Well, it might make a huge difference. Let's see. Eh. Enemies weak to ice, it helps, but they're not always weak to ice. We got flame shields. I don't... We already had one. I think we got a drop. I will say probably knights are better than rogues as far as front row characters go. Just because they can wear more equipment. As much, like, rogues are better than... The rogues definitely have better stats than a normal thief in FF Final Fantasy. But, still too limited by gear, right? I'm actually surprised ninjas can't use flame shields. They definitely could in the original. Interesting. Yeah, so lower HP, very, very limited gear selection. Heck, barely more HP than the mages. Evasion is good, but not that good. Yeah. Interesting. You guys think we can make it down to the flame dragon, the fire dragon? Should have held on to that worm slayer. Pretty sure I sold it. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't even know. Black cowl. That's got to be some rogue gear. Heck yeah. Okay. This has got to give him some agility or something. So 14, 26, 14. Kind of important stats. Yeah, +3 strength, agility, stamina at least. That's good. At least we're getting some gear. I always like getting new gear. Okay, so we've learned that these guys have too much physical defense, basically. That's so dumb. And can spam mute on turn 1 so that we can't kill him. I can't use a remedy. I only have 3 mind bombs left. Super! Ambush. I love this game. It's such a well-balanced game. They really need to fix that bug. Why does every enemy have status attack on its attack? Nothing I can do about that. So... I think it's game over? That one ambush, because I couldn't get unmuted, just killed us. Yeah, this is way more punishing than even the NES version was, for sure. I'll try to get out of here, but probably dead. At least we have a lot of fire tiles to burn to death on, but not have encounters. And we're gonna need some lucky runs. Also, I need to remember that I didn't fully explore the floor where we effectively had our mages sniped. I think one of the reasons this is a lot harder than... oh boy. One of the reasons this is a lot more difficult than normal is the encounter table has changed what enemies we're fighting. So we're running into a lot of higher level late game enemies that we normally wouldn't run into. I mean, I think they always existed in the volcano, but you didn't run into them very often. So you didn't find fire hydras very often. You fought a lot of weaker enemies more regularly. It's elven bombs from... I can use them from the menu. Should buy some elven bombs if I can afford any. Well, we managed to limp out. Barely. We still need to actually get back to town and do some rezzing. But that should be manageable at this point. I don't know why I'm killing stuff still. I'm just mad. I'm just punching everything that gets in my way, you know. Yeah, that volcano, that was not a great first attempt. That's a death battle for sure. There's no way we win that one. Yeah, that was a serious get wrecked moment. So we definitely need more Phoenix Downs, more remedies, like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna buy 10 of each. Let's see how much money we actually have to play with by selling some special gear. I could hold on to this to kill the fire dragon. I don't think the coral sword matters that much. Most of us can equip this stuff. So we definitely made good bank. You know, as much as we nearly died, we did get out of there with more money than we lost. That's the words. Okay, the Protect Cloak isn't that expensive. I'm gonna buy one of these. I'm pretty sure we can find one of these at the bottom, so I don't want to buy one. I'm pretty sure that if I can kill that fire dragon, which we almost made it to, we should be able to get one right in time to not need it anymore, but it's 20,000 gold that I should be able to save. Buy 2 Protect Cloaks. Feels like it, you know, I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make, but I'm at the point where I'm not happy with my defensive abilities, basically. This should give him more stats as well, probably. So, 25, 20, 23... 25, 20, 23. So plus 5 strength, plus 3 agility, plus 5 stamina. That's some pretty good stuff. The red cap and the Kempogi. And with that, we're actually in tanky territory here at 53 defense. And we don't even have any good gloves yet, so that's probably worth the money. And hopefully we'll get a flame armor. That's way too expensive right now. Yeah, that's the only thing that's still an upgrade other than the flame armor. Okay, so basically done armor shopping. Weapon shopping is... I mean, actually, the flame staff might be nice, but I wouldn't be surprised if we can find a flame staff somewhere down in the volcano. We just didn't get to it. I don't think we want this for the black belt. We have a mithril sword, so we can probably do better for the thief, but yeah. Okay, hopefully we get flame armor and the other one. Flame staff. Oh, did I go to the inn yet? No, I definitely did not. Need to win a battle here to get enough gold to go to have a rest. I'm broke, yo! At least the inn prices aren't quite as expensive as they were in the original game. I think they were $250. I think they were more expensive here by some amount. I don't know exactly how much. Okay, well, you know, we mostly survived the volcano. We just ran away after mostly dying. Maybe mostly survive is the wrong word. We survived on a technicality and a bit of luck escaping. Maybe that's the real secret of having a rogue, is lets us run away better, you know? We're gonna head up. Definitely want to go down there with full HP and full MP. Okay, couple level ups, better gear. Should be a little bit easier. Definitely super speeding through this time, seeing as we've already tried twice. That guy could have killed us with a Firaga. I don't like the fact that there's enemies with Firaga just roaming the halls. That doesn't feel great. Okay, we have to go up this path because this is about where we ran out of resources. Also, the encounter rate has been much more generous this time around. That was not very valuable. Hey, our first little Agama. Hey there, little Agama buddy. Definitely weak to ice. I'm glad I picked up the Blizzard spell. I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy having any single target low-level magic, but it's getting some pretty good value in this dungeon for relatively low MP cost, doing as much damage as our melee fighters. Yeah, I think there's a mage staff, or there usually is a mage staff here. Just going to use some high potions, because these are Agama tiles, so this is a classic grind spawn. I'm sure most people know about that by now. If you're playing on the NES, or especially in some of the randomizers. There's the flame staff. Okay. Oh, I should check if so 37 intelligence +5. It's another +5 intellect. That's great. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, did this change? So we did get +3 from the power staff. So we were getting we have a net +2. But we would have 37 naturally, so okay. Interesting. And we'll go straight to the Flame Fire Dragon. More levels, more fun. Now, usually this guy's not too deadly, but we're gonna save because, yeah, you know, usually doesn't mean for sure. Miss. Uh-huh. Now I feel silly for saving and casting Null Blaze. There's the Blaze. Okay, that would have killed everybody. Everyone except Matthew would have died right there. Here's your Flame Mail. Just in time to not need it anymore. Okay. Now, I'm gonna check the rest of the rooms, but usually there's nothing else to get. We can't... I couldn't... They didn't sell Mind Bombs again, right? I couldn't buy them. It's really dumb that there's permanent mental effects that you can't cleanse. Well, you know, you can't buy the thing that cleanses them, and then you can't use the thing you can buy from the menu. It's, makes it more difficult than it needs to be. Trying to get to. I guess pain doesn't scale enough to keep up anymore. So I am going to check all these. I forget. There's, I think on the right side, 2 of them have treasure in them. Usually it's linked, so you can't open it. Or it's already gotten by one of the other chests on the previous floors. Time to fight some Final Fantasy III final boss. We got this playing a little bit early. We're not quite at Carrie yet, but just pretend we're already at the Merilith. The encounter rate is certainly final boss worthy. But you could have been there. Okay, so you can see this one's already opened. In some versions, those things have treasures in them, like the Pixel Remaster version. I think one of these treasures shares the chest with the mage staff, actually, if I remember correctly. Looks like this is going to be pretty true to the NES version anyway. Alright. Let's just move on. Maybe I can get to the boss before we get to the end of the song. We haven't fought any of these yet, so yay. I actually don't know if they have any fire attacks. They should. Actually, they do, but their intellect sucks. So their damage is not nearly as bad as a lot of the things we've been fighting. Like, that's fine. If you're gonna give an enemy something like Fire 3, then make sure it doesn't have, like, enough intelligence to kill everybody in one attack kind of thing, you know? Everybody taking 50 damage? Yeah, okay, I can do that. I can deal with that. Everybody taking 200 damage? This is a bit too early. We're not ready. Especially if you can have larger groups and ambushes and stuff like that. Almost there. Almost, but not quite. Ah, the silent spam. Gee whiz. Learn a new move, guys. All right. Let's, I didn't buy any ethers because I didn't have enough money. We don't... I don't know. I don't know if we'll be okay. We're gonna try not to get hit too much. I wonder what the odds of, like, throwing a spider silk would be here. I'll try. Now, certainly she has some fire spells, and the classic is haste and temper the monk, so let's see if that works. We did slow her. We did not get no blaze off before she fire-get us, though, so that's pretty bad. Let's, how many Elven Bombs do I have? Let's throw some health on us. To try not to die. We got good turn order on the White Mage, so we're mostly okay. 7 hits, 139, that's not enough. Pixel can do an amazing amount of healing, though. That's pretty good. Have any other cool spells? Probably not. You could try to put her to sleep. I technically you can hit her with statuses, as always. Try to mute her. Interesting. But what we're doing is just going to start tempering up Matthew. Luke can't really do much, unfortunately. Don't you give me any pain. Jeez. We got her muted. Oh man. What a fair and balanced game. She's been slowed and muted. So I think we're okay. What I'm trying to say. Anything else you want to try? I mean, put her to sleep at this point. Might as well. Statuses. They're just garbage. They're just the worst. They never work. Never trust in status spells. They don't do anything. See, they don't do anything. That was all my MP. Do one more Elven Balm, I guess. Not like it matters. The temper strats on the monk, pretty good. We got an Ashura. I wonder if that's a rare drop. That might be nice. I don't think bosses have to drop their loot, so a boss dropping gear could be really lucky. Interesting who can equip it. Ninjas. Might be good on a ninja. Battle mages, enchanters, and ninjas. Interesting. And monks. The thing is, I don't think it's going to be great for a master. We're currently at 4 attacks at 43. 4 times 43. If we equip this, it's 2 attacks at 37. That's way worse. Huh. It might give you some stats. I didn't check that. 29, 23, 29. It gives you 3 agility. That's not that great. Huh. It might be good on a ninja or something. I mean, it might be okay on the enchanter. It gives you more evasion. We're not going to need the Ice Brand anyway, so a little bit less damage, a little bit higher evade, a little bit better agility. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Okay, well, that was not the smoothest of dungeons, but we did defeat it. And with that, there's really only one place to go now, and we can't sequence break that as much. We can still do a little bit of sequence breaking if we decide to do all the, instead of going to the Sea Shrine, we just keep having fun going to all the airship areas, but I'm kind of, well, I guess to be fair, we could start doing bonus dungeons at some point. I don't know how they match up. They're generally more difficult by a fair margin than the non-bonus dungeons. How much can we make selling garbage? Yeah, forget this. Forget those. We can buy the... I do like it when these ROM hacks and stuff let you buy some of the gear you find in dungeons, because it helps your party composition, right? Like, in normal FF1, you could just find, like, 1 fire and flame sword. I guess there's 2 ice brands, technically, but a lot of times there's just 1 of each item. There's 1 dragon mail, 1 diamond armor, whatever. But what if you want to have 2 fighters? Well, you have to kind of pick and choose a little bit. And with 12 classes, it's nice to be able to be like, well, rather than just give you 1 of each item in a treasure chest, we'll let you buy duplicates if you want, right? Like, I like that as a design. Like, we can just buy Assuras. They're not that rare. We buy a flame sword before we go into the next dungeon. I don't think. Did we access any new levels of magic? We do have access to level 6 magic. We do not have access to level 5 white magic, though. And we do have access to level 3 punching. So maybe next episode we'll do that. We'll pick up some of the spells we missed. Well, that is to say I have no money. No, I have some money. Can get a couple. I'd like to get Comet. So we'll save up enough money to get Comet and make sure we pick up the level 3 punching spells and try to show those off a little bit. And yeah, that'll be good. Then we'll go do some icy dungeons. I'm not impressed with the spell levels here. And the fact that we don't have the upgraded Dia spell kind of sucks, because we're going to Ice Cave. I was really hoping we'd have, like, Dia level 2, Dia Ra or something, to help, there's a lot of undead in the Ice Cave, so that would have been nice. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for a nice episode.